Alright, hey, what's going on there, folks? It is Earthmaster. And May 19th, 2018, I am back from the southern and central plains back here in California ground. Can't say I'm the happiest to be back here in California, considering gas prices are almost $4 a gallon. Okay, I was paying roughly about anywhere between $2.50 to $2.75 a gallon throughout Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and eastern Colorado was about the highest. I think they were close to about $2.80 a gallon, but nothing like the $4 a gallon here in California. I don't even know why I came back, to be honest. I should have just kept the rental car and just kept driving until they caught me, right? And then I'd be in jail, so that's probably not the best thing to do. Anyway, I'm back. Earthquake Stream is back with a live view of Kīlauea volcano there in Hawaii. Not necessarily a direct live view, but it is updated roughly between 5 and 10 minutes on a refresh rate there, so pretty recent for the most part. We did see a small eruption occur there just a short time ago, kind of an ash eruption there, which also showed up on the Kīlauea volcano web recorder, which is directly above that web camera shot right there. It showed up as a smaller earthquake, nothing big, which led me to believe that there wasn't a major eruption there at the summit or at the crater. You can see another small little earthquake coming in there to the live seismograph station. Now, once again, those are live, and those earthquakes and eruptions happen in real time, and also the ones below the webcam are various stations around the globe, including, for example, Mendocino, California, Northern California region, also down in Southern California, Mammoth Lakes, Japan. The station location is right there next to the X, if you're curious about it, like Barrett, BHC, that's a station down in Southern California near San Diego. But yeah, so we got the live stream up and running. Storm chasing is over for right now, and I can't say, like I said, I can't say I'm really happy that it's over, but I put roughly 2,300 miles on a car within about a 6-day period. I started thinking 2,300 miles. I could have drove back to California, right, from Texas, and then almost all the way back to where I was at there in Texas. And it amazes me how many miles I traveled over the past few days, over the past week. But I've seen a lot. I met a couple other storm chasers out there in parts of Texas. Ohio storm chasers, I believe. They were actually from Ohio, out there chasing eastern Colorado. I'm sorry, Lamar, Colorado is where we met up there at McDonald's, and pretty cool people there. Anyway, no tornadoes, lots of lightning. Back to the Hawaiian status of the Kīlauea volcano. Once again, alert level is still at warning. The color code for the aviation folks are red. It's red. Okay, this is not going down. It is not looking like it's going to subside anytime soon. Let's read a quick status update here. The Kīlauea volcano lower east rift zone update. Eruption of lava and ground cracking in the area of the Lani Estate subdivision continues. Okay, now before I read any further, I am not going to pronounce any of these Hawaiian names, simply out of respect that I don't want to irritate a certain few people out there, okay? I got a couple comments about me pronouncing these names incorrectly, and they consider that a form of disrespect. Okay, well, I'm not super great at pronunciations, as most of you folks have figured out. So I will not go that road with the Hawaiian folks. Beginning yesterday and into today, the rate of lava eruption has increased. Fissure 17 is weakly active now, and fissures 16 through 20 have merged into a continuous line of spatter and fountaining. Flows from the consolidated fissure 20 crossed Upper Road late yesterday afternoon and continued flowing southward. This afternoon, 2 flows from the merged fissures complex have joined less than a mile from the coast and continue to flow southward between these roads right here. The lava flow from fissure 18 is stalled, okay? It is unknown whether the flows will continue to advance or stop, and new lava flows are likely given the rate of activity seen at the rift zone. Volcanic gas emissions remain really high. Magma continues to be supplied to the lower east rift zone. However, a GPS instrument near the lower east rift zone is no longer moving, suggesting that the rift zone is no longer inflating in the area. Elevated earthquake activity continues, but earthquake locations have not moved further downrift in the past couple days. But it's not the end of it. I think I think we're just getting started. I think we're going to see this go into something large scale, but I'm not going to put it on a fearmonger level. I'm just going to take it day by day and provide facts and not a fearmonger. So the summit, small ash emissions from the overlooked crater have occurred intermittently today. Okay, we've seen one of those show up on the live stream earlier, and we also seen it showed up on the Webby Quarter live. Moderate trade winds were blowing to the southwest, and noticeable ashfall may happen in downwind locations. Additional explosive events that could produce minor amounts of ashfall downwind are possible at any time. Volcanic gas emissions at the summit remain high, obviously. So a lot of activity continuing, folks, in the Hawaii region. Taking a look at the earthquakes over there, but before we go in there, most recent earthquake at 2.7 up in Washington. Very interesting here, because I'm going to get back to this here in just a second and show you what could be the culprit in regards to that activity. So let's go over here. Let's zoom in just a tad bit to the South Island here. Not a whole lot of activity, but once again, this is one day magnitude 2.5 and above. We did see that 4.9 volcanic explosion. Let's see here. What is the timestamp on that? Timestamp is 0158, and that's the UTC time, 0158. So very possible what we've seen there. 0158. I don't think 0158. I don't know if that's the one that we had seen come through on the live stream or not. But that's pretty good. That's a pretty big deal. 4.9. Interesting. Okay. So, and once again, the depth on that is obviously 0 kilometers, because it was a surface quake or a surface eruption, and that was right at the summit. That's where we seen that volcanic ash come up out of the summit itself, the dome itself there. 4.9. Pretty good. Pretty good. Lots of 2s occurring. Looks like a 5.0 occurred a little bit earlier as well. So that again was at the summit. Just a lot of activity. I read in an update status last night in my video that it's increasing. The activity at the summit has been increasing. So therefore, it's very likely that we're going to see a continued explosions there at the summit, and ultimately a major release of pressure. Probably ranging, I'm guessing here, between a 5 and a 6 magnitude earthquake with a pretty good sized explosive eruption there. I mean, it's got to give a burp, right? These are little hiccups, so to speak, but it's got to burp. It's got to relieve itself in a big way before this calms down. So it's on the agenda. Let me tell you, it is on the agenda. Let's go magnitude 1 day, or yeah, 1 day, all magnitudes here. You can see a little bit more activity spreading out here around the summit, and it's outside of the summit as well. A lot of activity shows shows that there's definitely an increase in pressure within that region there. Continued activity along the East Rift Zone over here. That's that slump area that people are talking about on the social media web and YouTube videos. People fear-mongering about this island losing a percentage of it by falling off into the ocean there. Now, as I mentioned earlier, folks, it's a possibility, but please don't clickbait. Please don't add to their agenda by clicking on their videos when you see something about USGS issuing a warning about this island or about this slump, this cliff falling off into the ocean. Okay, the USGS has not issued any type of warning about this. Okay, it's been talked about through universities and stuff like that, that it's happened before in the past. Could it happen again? Obviously it could. If we start seeing a little bit more earthquake activity in the region, you know, on a larger scale, it could happen. But USGS has not issued a warning. They are not saying it's going to happen, and we're not certain it's going to happen. It's a possibility. But, you know, it really pisses me off that folks there on YouTube, certain couple channels that I don't want to blast, but sometimes I just feel like blasting them. I'm not going to mention names. You folks know who they are. He, she, whoever they are. They like to fearmonger, and that's their agenda. They like to bring in the clickbaits. And just please stick to the facts. Stick to the verified sources when it comes to a serious situation like this, okay? This is nothing to joke around about and try to get views about. It's just not a good thing to do. That's why I try to provide facts, folks. I know I'm rambling on, but anyway, so once again, a 1 day magnitude here, all magnitudes I should say, 108 earthquakes, pretty good. But I want to go back here 30. Let's go to the last 30 days of magnitude 2.5 and above. And here we go. I just want to see here real quick. Okay, so on this map, it looks like white is going to be the oldest earthquakes, yellow being older, orange being more recent, and red being the most recent earthquakes here. 929 earthquakes. Now that's just 2.5 and above. Now I guarantee you this number right here, if we were to go the last 30 days, all magnitudes, we would be looking at roughly about 3,000 or more earthquakes within this area, okay? Now the USGS does not have that option to go back and look at that amount of magnitudes there, or multitudes I should say. They got the 7 days, but they really don't have the 30 days all magnitude there. At least these folks don't. I'm sure somewhere along some website probably has it, but anyway, definitely a lot of activity, and it's confined to the South Island and the southern portion of that island as well. A lot of newer activity occurring at the summit, less activity occurring along that cliff, the East Rift Zone, but there's definitely still some activity occurring there without a doubt. And that's probably another one as well. Let's see what the timestamp was on this one. 0346, 0345. Okay, 0345, just before 46. 2.7 right there showing up on this seismograph station there. That's a live one that I have up on the stream. So, getting back real quick, folks, to the earthquake up here in Washington here. Let's go back. Let's go one day and check this out here real quick. I am tired. I've been up since 3 o'clock Central Time, and I'm back in the Pacific Time right now, and it's 9 o'clock. So yeah, I'm a little bit on the tired side. Plus driving almost 2,500 miles. Woo! So we got a 2.6 earthquake at a depth of 48 kilometers. Now this is west of Seattle, up in the state of Washington. Now if you guys have been paying attention, we have been seeing a slow slip event occurring up there over the past several days. Now this here is just the most recent activity. Last 3 hours, folks, okay? A pretty large list of tremor being detected. The majority of it was up in Seattle, but we're seeing a lot more movement into Northern California. So that means the slippage we were seeing up here in Northern California, or up here in Washington, I should say, has now been, well, we're starting to see some slip down in Northern California. I want to go back the last 2 days here real quick and show you guys. I don't know if they're going to show that at all. 22.8 hours of tremor. The majority of the activity and the confinedness over here in Seattle, right? That's where it's been. It's been very confined up here into the northern part of the country up here. But it's interesting because we're seeing new activity in Northern California. That's rather interesting, I must say. But anyway, it's very possible that that 2.7 that we're seeing there at 48 kilometers below the surface ultimately had some type of association, I should say, with what's going on a little bit further below. They're in the Cascadia subduction zone, I should say, because it's definitely within that same spot. But it's not abnormal. We do see this occur every couple months or so in west of Seattle region. But last 3 hours, I mean, just a large movement in Northern California, I should say, right there. But once again, this is not earthquake activity. This is simply tremor detection. Slow motion movement or slow movement between two plates being detected by these very sensitive equipment. And it's just something to watch out there. Take a look at the California-Nevada earthquake map right now. No activity occurring in the northwest corner of California. No surface quakes, I should say. And for most of the state, it looks pretty quiet. A little bit of activity occurring down in Southern California, like always. But nothing big, nothing out of the norm. Nothing along the southern section over here, the San Andreas Fault System over here, where we're watching, where geologists are watching up here near the Salton Sea region right here. This is an area where if something does happen, I'm jumping on here real quick, and I'm going to issue some type of watch or warning. I mean, we just need to. This is an area that's hot. I should say it's a hot spot fault, and it's the area that people are worried about. Folks are worried about. But right now it's pretty quiet, and that's a good thing. But anyway, folks, I'm gonna jump off here real quick, kick the stream back up. You can see a little bit more smoke or more ash occurring. I think that may have contributed from that what do we see there? 2.7 earthquake occur there on the live stream, the web recorder, I believe. Good possibility that contributed to the emissions there coming out of the summit. But anyway, folks, if you are up late tonight and checking out the live stream and you happen to see the live stream here with a black window, right? That's going to be the Kilauea volcano webcam window. If for some reason it happens to go black, that's a good sign that it's nighttime there in Hawaii. And you know, this is just a simple camera on top of a observatory tower overlooking the summit there of Kilauea. And the only time you're going to see something light up there is somebody shining a light, or if there's actually lava coming out of the summit itself, or some type of explosion. Otherwise it will probably be dark. So if you guys are wondering about that black screen, it's just simply because it's nighttime in Hawaii, which is still light. Complete darkness here in California right now. But anyway, folks, hope you guys have a good night. You know, I will be uploading some more videos, some storm chase videos that I've captured throughout the week past, and some more lightning videos. No tornadoes, unfortunately, but some pretty cool supercell thunderstorms I ran across out there. Anyway, folks, stay safe out there. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And you know what? Get it out there on Facebook, share. We've gained a lot of subscribers over the past week. Even with the live stream being down, we gained quite a few subscribers. So appreciate the help with everyone, the moderators, and everyone else out there. Except for the trolls. The trolls get instantly banned. I banned one today. It's my first time I actually banned somebody. I can't remember their name. I'm not going to make them famous, but yeah, first time. I couldn't help it. I don't do it too often. Most of the time it's the moderators out here clicking that ban hammer, but you know what? I laid it down on him. So, all right, folks, stay safe out there.